Hey, this is Mike, and once again, we're at the 2014 Urbanworld Film Festival, where they're having a special sneak preview of the movie Selma, which is out Christmas Day, and directed by our dear friend, Ava DuVernay, and starring everybody.
He's got supporters. Detroit, New York, Los Angeles, inciting large-scale arrests and sympathy marches.
I'm very aware of that, Mr. Hoover. What I do know is he's nonviolent. What I need to know right now, what's Martin Luther King about to do next?
This is an exciting time for you. This is like the unveiling. Like the baby's not due till Christmas Day, but...
No, that's a good analogy. The baby's not due till Christmas Day, and I'm just like walking around with my belly hanging out. It's a lot.
All right, but how does it feel? Like 4 years ago, we were here talking about your first film. Now you got this multi-million, gazillion-dollar budgeted movie.
Gazillion, okay. No, it feels great to be home at Urbanworld because it feels like home. I see you, I see all the people, I feel comfortable. And, you know, I just hope that folks like it. I feel like this every time. A little bit nervous, hoping that, you know, they like it. All I know is I gave 110%.
Okay.
That's all I can say.
All right, so they've been trying to make the film about Dr. King for a long time.
I know.
What is it that you think you brought to the table in terms of your screenwriting, your directing, that made this a done deal, like sealed it?
You know, I really think it was just the right time. All the stars aligned, so many different things happened. David is the right age. You know, you're just coming off a year where there were a lot of big hits that deal with the history of people of color in this country. So they could say, oh, these make money. The Butler made a lot of money. 12 Years made a lot of money. So I think, you know, and it was long overdue.
Well, this one's going to make a lot of money and get some it's got some Oscar talk. I'm not trying to jinx you.
No, because we don't want to talk about that. We want to talk about the film reaching people and sparking conversation and thought about where we are. You know, you have something like Ferguson that happens. Selma's not that far from that.
Well, let's talk about how is this relevant to today's audience, who might not know the legacy of Dr. King, you know, firsthand.
I've been shocked at how many people don't know more about him than just the fact that he made a speech and that he has a statue. So we hope that this film fills him out for those who haven't had the pleasure of reading about him and learning about him.
Okay, now we love what you do. We love your films. But we also really appreciate your commitment to Affirm.
Affirm!
Affirm, African American Film Festival Releasing Movement.
Yes.
You know, do you see anything changing now that you've had this opportunity?
No. What, like how?
Okay.
We're still broke. We're still just some rusty black folks putting out movies.
Okay.
You are in charge of Philly. I'm in charge of LA. Other people are in charge of other things. We put out the films and we put out more.
And you're going to continue making personal films?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course.
Thank you. We're with David Oyellowo. Wait, how do you say your name?
Oh, on both sides of yellow. Oyellowo.
This must be exciting for you.
It is very exciting because I haven't seen any of it. I haven't seen any moving footage of me as Dr. King. So I think we're unveiling 2 scenes here today, which is pretty cool.
Wow. Now you and Ava DuVernay, you formed quite a partnership already. Yeah. Can you just talk about, you know, your relationship working with her, and what does she bring to the project that, you know, that made this a go?
Well, you know, I met Ava doing Middle of Nowhere, and
Hi.
I was just talking about you. That's so funny.
Now you can say it in public.
You look beautiful. Well, there she is. She's my sister. Yeah, we did Middle of Nowhere together, and I just fell in love with her writing, with the genius of her as a director. And I had actually been attached to Selma for a while when Lee Daniels was going to direct it, and we did The Butler together, Lee and I, and he felt he had done his civil rights movie, so I recommended Ava for the project. Thankfully, the producers agreed about her genius, and you know, we get to continue our hopefully long history of working together.
I can't wait. Now, you Brits are killing it. You got Chiwetel and Idris and you. I mean, how do you prepare? I mean, like, Martin Luther King is very beholden to Americans. Yeah. Do you feel a certain responsibility? Like, how do you prepare for this?
Well, yeah, I mean, absolutely, of course I do. I mean, you know, to play someone of his stature is a huge honor, a huge responsibility, a huge challenge, and one that I've had 7 years to prepare for. I first read the script for Selma in '07 and determined as of then, well, I actually felt God told me I was going to play him. So, you know, I put in the hours, I put in the time. It was emotionally, spiritually, physically costly. And I think that's what it has to be if you're going to play someone like him.
How is this relevant to today?
We are in the midst of voting rights being eroded, which is what we depict being fought for in the film. With Ferguson, you also see that we are still in the midst of young men being cut down for their color. We see that with Jimmy Lee Jackson in our film. So, you know, it's unfortunately something that's still with us, and hopefully seeing this film will remind people that there's still a fight.
Well, I know where I'm going to be Christmas Day, and I hope everybody watching goes to Fandango and gets their tickets now, because it's going to be a hot ticket, and I'll see you at the Oscars.
Well, from your lips to God's ears.
This revolution goes on and on. This revolution goes on and on. Mine eyes have seen the glory, 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 hallelujah.
What happens when a man stands up, says enough is enough?